Welcome back to another episode of Cheaper Pop Culture, the show that continually complains that there is not enough pro wrestling related content out there in pop culture, only to take a steaming crap on anyone that dares to even try. First off, I would like to say thank you to all of you guys, because it seems that this show is finally getting over, and it didn't require a fall guy to do so, which is more than I could say for a lot of Hollywood characters out there. It seems that there are a lot of movie characters out there that need to do a JOB in order to establish another character's G. Let me just put it to you this way. In movies, there is a plot device known as pet the dog, conversely, kick the dog. This is when we're introduced to a brand new movie character, and we're not quite sure whether he's good or bad or not. And in order to do so and to establish that quickly, we just have him either pet or kick a dog, and then we know right off the bat where he's coming from. Now, is it kicking the dog that makes him good, or is it petting the dog that makes him good? Petting, yeah, that sounds right. Now, the dog that gets kicked is doing the job to get that character over as a heel. But what's that you say? You need broader examples than just kicks and dogs? Well, it's pretty convenient that I said that you said that, because today's episode is... Let's start with the Star Wars. Darth Vader is supposed to be the baddest dude in the entire planet, and I'm pretty convinced that Monster Magnet song is definitely about him. Now, the problem with this is we know that Luke Skywalker is supposed to be the hero to save the day and save the entire galaxy, and he can't do that if he's force choked out in the beginning of the first movie. Now, can he? However, you know who can be force choked out in the beginning of the movie? This dipshit.
To find the rebels' hidden fort.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Also, you know who else can lay down and do the job for Space Darth Mother? Well, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. So now, Darth Vader has 2 wins going into Empire. Now that is pretty strong. Oh, and also, don't bother telling me in the comments that guy who got choked out is named Admiral Mahdi. I know that. I also don't care. Rocky Balboa had a 2-movie-long feud with Apollo Creed, and clearly Apollo Creed was heavily influenced by Xavier Woods' character of Consequences Creed. You can see the influence, can't you? Anyway, by Rocky Round 3, they had kissed and made up, having a slow-motion embrace on the beach. How romantic. However, before that happened, Clubber Lang, the big bad of Rocky 3, needed Mickey to do the JOB, therefore he was in position to become top heel, with Apollo all set up to go face. And yes, in this example, Mickey is the dog that Clubber kicked. And then in the next movie, Apollo did the ultimate job by dying at the hands of Ivan Drago in what was probably the best or worst anti-steroid commentary in the entire franchise, depending on how you look at it. Alright, let's just be real here. The Hulk is definitely the green-headed stepchild of the Marvel movies, the Eric Bana version being the gold standard of what not to do. Even Tyler Durden wasn't able to get the big green guy over, and instead they wound up switching him out for this a**hole. But ever since he got ruffaloed, he did start getting some decent treatment in the superhero mashup movie called The Avengers. But in order to get the non-Hogan Hulk over, well, a lot of people had their job out in the process. An army of disposable aliens, a fighter jet, this giant space worm thing, Scourge had to run like Lola, Loki took a solid smashing, and Hulk and Thor had the throwdown in an airplane hangar. Man, the Hulk really has a thing against airplanes in this movie, doesn't he? Anyway, while Hulk did manage to put over Thor's hammer, Thor himself actually took quite a beating at the hands of Not-So-Jolly Green. Thus letting us all know that while the Hulk may not be able to draw money, at least we know he still has that it factor. Now, this is more of an in-story kind of thing, but it still needs to be said. Towards the end of the Harry Potter series, Dumbledore's inside man, Professor Snape, was beginning to raise some suspicion about whose side was he really on. The bad wizards were somehow doubting whether or not Hans Gruber was a for real heel. So in order to get Snape over as a bad guy with the other bad guys, Dumbledore took the ultimate 3-second tan by getting Avada Kedavra right out of a window. Whoa, that means Hans Gruber got to drop someone out of a window for a change. And finally, the sh**est one of all, Jurassic Park 3. The director of Captain America and the Rocketeer decided he also wanted to direct a dinosaur movie, and he decided that that dinosaur movie needed a brand new top heel. So they decided to revolve the entire plot around a bunch of puny humans running away from this jerkwad of a dinosaur. But this wasn't enough. They needed everyone to buy this thing as a credible threat, so they had everyone's favorite dino, the T-Rex, do the favors and get taken out right in the beginning of the film. Now clearly this was an unpopular choice and was the equivalent of having Roman Reigns defeating Daniel Bryan and saying, hey sure, this ought to get him over, right? Fortunately, they corrected this problem, having the real T-Rex teabag the bones of the Spino Dino on his way to collect a win off of the Indominus Rex. Yeah, I know it wasn't a clean victory and there were a lot of run-ins and it was a little schmozzy, but hey, what are you gonna do? It's no DQ, alright? Just let it go, alright? It's a win, alright? It counts. Well, there you have it. That wraps it up for another episode of Cheaper Pop Culture. Join me next time where I continue to wonder if I watch way too much wrestling.